A thing fit to eat edible. A person who believes that laws and governments are not necessary is called anarchist. A person who hates and avoids other people is called misanthrope. A place where coins, medals or tokens are made is called mint. A person who abandons religion is called apostate. A person who abandons religion is called apostate. A person who abandons religion is called apostate. A book or set of books giving information about all areas of knowledge is called encyclopedia. A person who does not believe in that God or God exists is called atheist. Huge fire of celebration, bonfire. Huge fire of celebration is called bonfire. A place to play games and bet on them is called casino. A place to play games and bet on them is called casino. Casino, which irreverent behavior toward anything held sacred or concerning God is called blasphemy. Irreverent behavior toward anything held sacred or concerning God is called blasphemy. Certain to happen, inevitable. Certain to happen is called inevitable. Any female animal which feeds its young on milk from her own body is called mammal. Any female animal which feeds its young on milk from her own body is called mammal. A similarity between like features. A similarity between like features of two things on which a comparison may be based is called analogy. A similarity between like features of two things on which a comparison may be based is called analogy. A group of people traveling together in a van is called caravan. The money paid to a former wife is called alimony. A person who compels a lexicographer. A detailed description of a series of real fictional events taking place over a long period of time is called saga. A detailed description of a series of real or fictional events taking place over a long period of time is called saga. A sentimental memory of the past, nostalgia. A sentimental memory of the past is called nostalgia. A large number of fish swimming through this called shoal. A large number of fish swimming through this called shoal. To put off doing something, especially out of habitual carelessness or laziness, is called procrastinate. To put off doing something, especially out of habitual carelessness or laziness, is called procrastinate. A secret plan made to do something usually wrong is called conspiracy. A secret plan made to do something usually wrong is called conspiracy. A person who gives help and sympathy to people who need it is called Samaritan. A person who draws or produces map is called cartographer. Being careful that every detail of something is correct is called fastidious. Being careful that every detail of something is correct, fastidious. Something that is absolutely necessary that you cannot be without is called indispensable. Something that is absolutely necessary that you cannot do without is called indispensable. Animal living both on land and water is called amphibian. Animal living both on land and water is called amphibian. The study of evolution of mankind is called anthropology. The study of evolution of mankind is called anthropology. Person who betrays his own country is called traitor. Person who betrays his own country is called traitor. Child bereft of one or both or parents is called orphan. Child bereft of one or both the parents is called orphan. Having a consistency that does not easily yield to pressure is called firm. Having a consistency that does not easily yield to pressure is called firm. Government governed by wealth is called plutocracy. Government governed by wealth is called plutocracy. Copying someone else's work and trying to submit as your own is called plagiarism. Copying someone else's work and trying to submit as your own is called plagiarism. Forsaken or neglected child who has no home and spends most of his time on the street is called waif. Forsaken or neglected child who has no home and spends most of his time on the streets is called waif. W-A-I-F, waif. A person who enjoys doing dangerous things in a way that other people may think is stupid is called daredevil. A person who enjoys doing dangerous things in a way that other people may think is stupid is called daredevil. A large cage, building or enclosure to keep birds aviary. A large cage, building or enclosure to keep birds aviary. Capable of being bent or pulled into different shapes is called ductile. Capable of being bent or pulled into different shapes is called ductile. Gradual recovery of health and strength is called convalescence. One who looks at the negative side of the evening is called pessimist. Someone who dishonestly pretends to deceive under assumed character is called imposter. Whoever between different opinions of action vacillate. Between different opinions of action is called vacillate. A person who kills somebody, especially for political reasons, is called assassin. A person sane. A person who kills somebody specially for protection is a saint. A group of worshippers, congregation. A group of worshippers, congregation. The place that a person treats as his permanent home is called domicile. The place that a person treats as his permanent home is called domicile. Capable of or adapted for turning easily from one to another for various tasks. Is able to versatile. Place where grains are stored, granary. A big, clumsy, often saluted person, dumb, oaf. A big, clumsy, often saluted person is called oaf or dumb. One who cannot hear is called deaf. Causing or wanting to cause harm or evil to someone is a malevolent. Causing or wanting to cause harm or evil to someone is called malevolent. One who believes in fate, fatalist. Causing or ending in death, fatal. Causing or ending in death, fatal. A formal agreement between two or more nations of peoples, pact. A formal agreement between two or more nations in a people is called pact. A person whose age is between 70 and 79 is a septuagenarian. A person whose age is between 70 and 79 years old is called septuagenarian. Willing to take risk and try to new ideas is called adventurous. Willing to take risk and try to new ideas is called adventurous. To move or travel back and forth frequently is called shuttle. To move or travel back and forth frequently is called shuttle. To move or travel back and forth frequently is called shuttle. One who loves mankind, philanthropist. One who loves mankind, philanthropist. Author's explanatory remarks at the beginning of a book is a preface. Author's explanatory remarks at the beginning of a book is called preface. A speech by an actor at the end of a play is called epilogue. A speech by an actor at the end of a play is called epilogue. A speech by an actor at the end of a play is called epilogue. Someone who lives in solitude is called recluse. Someone who lives in solitude is called recluse. Someone who lives in solitude is called recluse. Never changing and therefore boring. Never changing and therefore boring is called monotonous. Never changing and therefore boring is called monotonous. Enjoying or affording warm, secure shelter or cover and opportunity for ease and contentment. Enjoying or affording warm, secure shelter, cover for ease and contentment is called snug. Enjoying and affording warm, secure shelter or cover and opportunity for ease and contentment is called snug. It's called snug. Enjoying or affording warm, secure shelter or cover and opportunity for ease and contentment is called snug. Kind, generous and forgiving. Kind, generous from is called magnanimous. Kind, generous and forgiving is called magnanimous. Changing secret and coded message in a readable form. Changing secret and coded message in a readable form is called decoding. So decoding. Too strong to be defeated or change is called invincible. Too strong or to be defeated or change is called invincible. Which cannot be read, illiterate. Which cannot be read, illegible. Which cannot be read, illegible. Life is written by oneself is called autobiography. Life is written by oneself is called autobiography. The murder of a large number of people from a particular nation or ethnic group is called genocide. The murder of a large number of people from a particular nation or ethnic group is called genocide. The murder of a large number of people from a particular nation is called genocide. Something belonging to or surviving from an earlier period is called dinosaur. Something belonging to or surviving from an earlier period is called relic. Something belonging to or surviving from an earlier period is called relic. A person who does not drink alcohol is called teetotaler. A person who does not drink alcohol is called teetotaler. Filled with fear of dread is called hysterical. Filled with fear of dread is called hysterical. Not informed about or aware of something is called oblivious. Not informed about or aware of something is called oblivious. Burial ground consisting of a grave is a cemetery.
burial ground consisting of graves is called cemetery. Someone who regards the whole world as his country is called cosmopolitan. The Prime Minister paid tributes to the martyrs for the laying circular arrangement of floods is called wreaths. Laying circular arrangement of all floods is called wreaths. WREATHS. The practice of writing dictionary is called lexicographer. Outer protective layer of trees is called bark. A place where airplanes are kept for maintenance is called hangar. A short interesting story about a real person is called anecdote. A short interesting story about a real person or event is called anecdote. C is proficient in speaking many languages is called multilingual. C is proficient in speaking many languages is called multilingual. A person who likes to argue about anything is called contentious. A person who likes to argue about anything is called contentious. One who does not show response to good or bad is called stoic. One who does not show response to good or bad is called stoic. Morbid compulsion to consume alcohol continuous is called dipsomania. Morbid compulsion to consume alcohol continuous is called dipsomania. The question papers are placed in the lockers of the schools in a way that they can't be reached is called inaccessible. Inaccessible, can't be reached, inaccessible, or reached is called accessible. An order of law requiring people to remain indoors is called curfew. An order of law requiring people to remain indoors is called curfew. A person who sells and arranges card flowers is called florist. A person who sells and arranges flowers is called florist. A small group of people who spend their time together and do not welcome other people into the group is called clique. Spend their time together and do not welcome other people into the group is called clique. A place where fruit trees are grown is called orchard. A place where fruit trees are grown is called orchard. A government run by the official is called bureaucracy. A government run by the official is called bureaucracy. Fear of closed space is claustrophobia. Fear of closed space is called claustrophobia. A short section that leads to or explains the main part is called foreword. A short section that leads to or explains the main part is called foreword. The exclusive circle of people with a common purpose is called clique. Exclusive circle of people with a common purpose is called clique. An instrument for viewing distant objects in a space is called telescope. An instrument for viewing distant objects in a space is called telescope. Awkward in movement in a manner, clumsy. Awkward in movement or manner is called clumsy. A person who is trained to travel in a spacecraft is called astronaut. A person who is trained to travel in a spacecraft is called astronaut. A person who is trained to travel in a spacecraft is called astronaut. Failing to give proper care and attention is called lax. Failing to give proper care and attention is called lax. Out of those, the one who opposes others, the one who opposes others is called antagonist. One who opposes others is called antagonist. One who opposes others is called antagonist. A false idea, a false idea or belief is called fallacy. A false idea or belief is called fallacy. Fallacy. That which cannot be conquered, invincible. That which cannot be conquered is called invincible. In Indian mythology, most of the asuras wish to be never able to die. Never able to die. It's called immortal. The list of subjects to be discussed at a meeting is called agenda. The list of subjects to be discussed at a meeting is called agenda. A place where birds are kept is called aviary. A place where birds are kept is called aviary. Incapable of being defeated, invincible. Incapable of being defeated is called invincible. Cannot be corrected, incorrigible. Cannot be corrected, incorrigible. A large flat area surrounded by seats used for sports or entertainment is called arena. A large flat area surrounded by seats used for sports and entertainment is called arena. A period of 10 years is called decade. One who eats a lot, glutton. One who eats a lot, glutton. An important person who represents his or her country in a foreign country is called ambassador. AMBASSAD or ambassador. One who speaks less in a forum, reticent. One who speaks less in a forum is called reticent. The study of coins, numismatics. The study of coins is called numismatics. A person who is inclined to see the worst aspect of things is called pessimist. Worst A person who is inclined to see the worst aspect of things is called pessimist. Almost immediately they heard the high shrill of piercing cry is called screech. High shrill of piercing cry is called screech. A thing fit to eat is called edible. A thing fit to eat is called edible. A person who deceives others by pretending to be someone else is called imposter. The workers received a sum for the service they rendered. It's called remuneration. So remuneration. The workers a sum for the services they rendered. It's called remuneration. Foul smell will come if the food is not fresh. It's called stale. Food is not fresh. It's called stale. One who eats the flesh of his own species cannibal. One who eats the flesh of his own species cannibal. My father always tells amusing and true stories is called anecdote. Amusing and true stories is called anecdote. Humor that describes the weakness of the other person is called satire. Humor that describes the weaknesses of the other person is called satire. S-A-T-I-R is satire. Much more than usual or expected. Exceeding. Much more than usual or expected. Exceeding. A short stay that you make while on a longer journey is called stopover. A short stay that you make while on a longer journey is called stopover. Having unlimited power, omnipotent. Having unlimited power is called omnipotent. A person who performs magic to entertain people is called magician. A person who performs magic to entertain people is a magician. A person who is kept captive for fulfillment of demands of money or condition is called hostage. A person who is kept captive for fulfillment of demands of money or condition is called hostage. The statistical study of human population is called demography. The statistical study of the human population is called demography. Undue favor to one's own relative during the hiring process is called nepotism. One who tends to look at the dark side of things is called pessimist. An utter state of confusion, chaos. An utter state of confusion, chaos. Lack of interest, enthusiasm or concern is called apathy. Lack of interest, enthusiasm or concern is called apathy. The study of ancient things such as art, graves, ruins, etc. is archaeology. The study of ancient things such as art, graves, ruins, etc. is archaeology. A person who has supreme power of authority is called sovereign. A person who has supreme power of authority is sovereign. Speaking disrespectfully about sacred religious things is called blasphemy. A thing that can be easily carried by hand is called portable. A thing that can be easily handled by some portable. A place to park aeroplane is called hangar. The evening time when the sun has just set and is almost dark is called dusk. The evening time when the sun has just set and is almost dark is called dusk. A person who does not believe in God is called atheist. Dealing with things in a practical and sensible way is called pragmatic. Dealing in things in a practical and sensible way is called pragmatic. Anything pertaining to cats, feline. Anything pertaining to cats is called feline. That which is no longer in existence, extinct. That which is no longer in existence is called extinct. Things that can be seen and touched, tangible. Things that can be seen and touched is called tangible. Fear of snakes is called ophidiophobia. Fear of snakes, ophidiophobia. A performer's first public appearance is called debut. A performer's first public appearance is called debut. To go through an area making a lot of noise and causing damage, rampage. To go through an area making a lot of noise and causing damage is called rampage. One who eats human flesh, cannibal. One who eats human flesh, cannibal. The soldier struck the enemy with the short fixed onto the end of the gun, bayonet. Short fixed onto the end of the gun, bayonet. One who looks at the bright side of things is called optimist. One who looks at the bright side of anything is called optimist, and dark side is called pessimist. His parents didn't allow him to enroll the arts college because he dabbled in arts dilettante. Loud enough to be heard is called audible. Money collected from people to a cause, for a cause is called fund. Study of flying airplanes is called aviation.